Hi, welcome to the Bosch Training Center. This is a short video on how to make a little remote indicator out of an iPod. So we get a lot of questions about this. Guys come in here and see this and they want to do this in the field. So basically what I've done is taken a little wristband here, sport band. I put an iPod in here, and as you can see right now it's emulating exactly what is on the alignment screen behind me. So as I advance through these screens here, I can watch the measurements on my remote. So if I'm under the vehicle, in the back, making adjustments, I can see exactly what the readings are. But better than that, I can actually drive the alignment machine from here. I can advance screens. I can use this as kind of a wireless mouse to go forward, to make a printout, pretty much anything. So let's take a quick look on how we set these machines up. All right, before we get started, let's talk about what we're going to need. Of course, I'm going to need an iPod. I prefer to have something to put that in. I got my little wristband here. I'll need a wireless hub, and of course a Cat5 cable to hook it all up. Now, the only software I'm going to need is VNC Viewer, which I can download via iTunes for free. I'll also need VNC for my aligner, and I downloaded that from realvnc.com. I'll make sure I put that in the instructions for you so you can read through this. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to pop the side cover off this aligner right here. All right, now that I have the cover off, I can go ahead and find my Ethernet port right here, and I'll plug my cable in and route that up to the router on top. Now, this is an early Easy 3D unit, so it has two Ethernet ports. One is on the motherboard up here, and the other one is a card we installed to communicate with the camera pods. In this case, we have an open port, so no problem. If this were a CCD unit, I would only have one Ethernet port, and it would be unused, so I can plug in and route my cable up. Now, if this is one of the newer Easy 3D aligners, it's only got one Ethernet connector, and in order to make this work with the iPod, I'm going to have to go out to Best Buy or Tiger Direct or whatever and pick up an add-on Ethernet card. I'll have to remove the PC, install the card so I have another place, another port to plug in my cable. So since I have this plugged in, I'm just going to route this out the back and up to my hub. All right, got my cable in place. I'm going to plug it into the back of the hub. Now, I do not want to plug it into the port labeled wide area network. I'm just going to plug it into the local area network, the 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm just going to pop this in here. I'm going to get some power off the power strip here. Get power to the back of the hub. That's going to live happily right here on top of the aligner. All right, now I've already loaded VNC on this machine, so all we have to do is boot up, go into the aligner program, and then we're going to set up the IP address. So once this boots, we'll shut the aligner program down, and we're going to go into IP config. All right, once we have the desktop here, I'm going to go start, run, and I'm going to bring up the command prompt by typing in CMD, like Charlie, Mooney, Delta, and press enter. So bring up this cmd.exe window, and I want to type in IP config. So IP config, like configuration. Press enter. Now I have the IP address for this machine. You want to write that down somewhere or remember it. So now I can go into my iPod, and you can see I've loaded VNC right here. So I'll just open that program up. If I need to put a new connection in, I'll just put new connection, put in this IP address right here, tap it once, and there we are. That's pretty much all there is to it. I can either exit out of this window by pressing or typing in exit, or clicking the X in the upper right hand corner. But now anything that happens in the aligner will also happen on our little remote here. Now, those of you not familiar with the iPod, it can resize the screen to fit. I can scroll around to different parts of the screen if I want to zoom in on something. It really is a pretty powerful tool. So now, each time I turn this machine on, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to simply come in here, turn on my iPod, touch VNC. The IP address is listed here. It'll remember it. All I have to do is tap it once, and it'll automatically connect for me. Now, setup on the Easy 3D is a little bit different, so let's take a look at how that one goes. All right, you're looking at my Easy 3D desktop right now. So let's go ahead and close out of the aligner program. As soon as that's gone, I'm going to go over here to Start and then Run. You remember, just like before, CMD for the command prompt. Once the command prompt is up, ipconfig. So everything else for the setup is identical so far, right? Now, when I look at my ipconfig here, let's zoom in so you can get a better view of this. You're going to notice two sets of IP addresses here. And this is the one I'm looking for, is the second set right here. The first set is going to be the connection to my hub for my Easy 3D pods. What I'm looking for is this second one right here. So this will be the IP address that I use. And it should be the same as the CCD unit, 192.168.0.100. So I'm going to punch that into my iPod here. I don't have to punch it in because it's identical to the one I just did. And voila, my remote is ready to go. So it's that quick and easy. Now I have a remote indicator for my alignment machine.